Okay. Is my mic loud enough? Like, can you guys hear me? Or do I need to turn down the music a bit? There's a bit of a delay with the chat, so. Might want to turn the mic up. Okay. Okay. Does that sound better? Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit. I just didn't want it to be just me talking because I go for long periods where, like, especially when I'm drawing, where I just don't talk. So, yeah. I'm trying to think of other places to share my live stream. Let me see. I think I just about did it. Yeah, because I put it on Instagram as well. Cool. I really like my stream setup, like, not to brag, but I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's very cute. It was kind of going for, like, 2000s webcore, which I do believe I achieved. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm watching the delay on my stream. Like, the brushstrokes I, like, have already erased are, like, still going on the stream and stuff. It's very weird to watch. I was thinking that since this character is, like, Ghostface inspired, that I'd draw them on, like, I think that'd be cute. Too bad I can't draw telephones. Pretty well have to look right. Hold on, wait, what way do legs bend again? Hello. Four whole watchers. Wow. No, I got it right. I was just being silly. I'm trying to make it look like, okay, so maybe I'll do, I'm trying to make it look like they're like mermaids. This character design, like, feels, like, so, I don't know, it's like, so good. I feel like I don't do it justice. So actually I'm gonna, before I, like, draw the illustration that I want to draw, I'm gonna, like, do some practice doodles since I haven't sat down and drawn Stu yet. Their name is Stu, by the way. They, them. I just feel like I'm not doing the shapes justice. Like, I need to be more, embrace the cute. It kind of remind me of a, gloomy bear? Gloomy bear? Is that what they're called? I can't remember. Prince really likes whatever they're called, I forget. Goodness. I really want to draw this character right. Hmm. Hello. Hi, Six. Yeah, I put this link on Toy House as well, since I've been advertising my live stream commission plan there as well. God, I feel like I just can't draw Stu right now. I think I'm gonna try to draw another OC, and then, like, go back to Stu. I've been in a very, warrior cat OC mood lately, so I'm gonna draw some Drift Star. Because I fucking love this guy. I never got around to, finishing the, fan fiction that I was writing with Warriors Cats. Because of, because of plot paths change in their terms of service and like making people pay money to have the stories up and stuff, which is really unfortunate because I thought it was a very neat idea, but since I'm not going to be writing it anymore, I don't have any issue with spoiling the story. So I think I already talked about this, but Tremble Whisker is the villain, who is like the deputy of River Clan or whatever, and she's like organizing kind of like how the Dark Forest was organizing like cats to train and like fight good cats or whatever, except it's like all live cats. She's been kind of organizing that behind the scenes, but the whole forest is convinced that Driftstar had killed the leader of ThunderClan in battle, and he got this reputation for being like extremely ruthless, like taking like the last 3 lives of this leader without hesitation, like no mercy kill basically. And then I had planned for a big reveal to be that Driftstar didn't kill that leader, that it was actually Tremble Whisker, and that's when she was outed as being evil. Pretty much, the idea was Driftstar was in love with Tremble Whisker, like, secretly, and when he found, like, out that Tremble Whisker had killed the ThunderClan leader, he took the blame so that she wouldn't. And then, like, she just ran with it, and now he has, like, this reputation for being evil when he's just some guy. But anyways, yeah. So I really like him because he comes off as cold and intimidating, and he kind of adopted this, like, evil cat persona just to cover for this awful person that he thought he liked. Yeah. He's like a red herring villain, pretty much, because the idea was that the protagonists were going to think that it was him, like, the whole time, who was causing all the mysterious yeah, not evil, just Symphenia. The whole plan was that he was going, like, he was the red herring, like, everybody was gonna be convinced that it was him organizing all the bad things, but he's just some dude. And he's just like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm literally just sitting here. Oh, I feel like I chose a bad time to start a stream because I feel like I can't draw right now. God damn. Just let me draw a cat, bro. But yeah, so he, like, starts acting all cold and angry and stuff because he wants to, like, make everybody think that it was him who took 3 lives of one cat. Where it was actually Tremble Whisker who's a bitch. I hate her guts. She's honestly probably one of the worst, like, villain characters I've ever written. Like, even compared to Wham. She's, like, comparable with, like, Tiger Star. Thank you. Or, like, Maple Shade. And, like, don't get me wrong, I love Maple Shade, but she's just the fucking worst. I haven't drawn my warriors this season forever, so, like, I don't draw very feral cats very often. What was I doing with the anatomy on this? Hello? Let's fix that a little bit. I also didn't mean to make him look so I don't know, he looks very, like, skinny here. He's supposed to be kind of bulky, which is why it's more believable that he managed to take down the, like, much older ThunderClan leader. Oh, I forgot to mention, part of the reason why the rumors spread around so quickly is because shortly afterward, because he's a Shadow Clan cat, shortly afterward, the Shadow Clan leader died, and he, being the deputy, was made to the leader, and so people thought that he had killed the Shadow Clan leader to become leader, but he was just, it just happened to be a coincidence. Like, he didn't intentionally murder anybody. Also, Tremble Whisker ends up, like, killing him to keep him quiet when he realizes, like, what he's doing is, like, worse than just rising to power, like, in RiverClan. Like, he thought that she just wanted to become leader of RiverClan, and he was like, okay, whatever. Worse than Wham, yeah. She's like, I don't know how to explain it. So her daughter is Eve Pa, who is a disabled cat who, like, has a mutation that gave her, like, extra limbs, and so she can't, like, walk correctly. And she can do things. Like, I wanted to make a story because Warriors is so mean to disabled characters. I wanted to make a story where the villain was very ableist, and all the other cats are like, no, actually, wait, fuck you. Like, that's what your plan was? Go away. Yeah. It's so bad to... But anyways, like, a lot of, my inspiration for Tremble Whisker was, like, Mother Gothel from Rapunzel, and also just, like, the already existing ableism in warrior cats. And so I was like, okay, so she's gonna, like, explain her ideology to these desperate cats who want, like, order or whatever in the forest, in a very vague way, so they won't catch on to the idea that she's actually just, like, the worst. And then when they realize it, they all turn on her, and yeah. I didn't really flesh out, like, the ending and how she was gonna be defeated, but she kills Driftstar right before she does get defeated. And she's just the worst, too, for kids. Slightly disappointed. Yeah, it's literally like, I had planned that Tremble Whisker was going to, like, reveal her plan in, like, a gathering where she was like, oh, you know, it's, these reject cats that are the problem. That's why StarClan is abandoning us, because the whole, premise of, like, what sets the clans in chaos is that, like, they can't talk to StarClan anymore, which just so happens to align with the newer arcs that I haven't read. But, so, like, nobody can get in contact with StarClan, they're all wondering why. And so her job is to blame the disabled cats. And she thinks that, like, her followers and stuff are gonna be on her side, and the instant she comes out like that, everybody's just like, what? Like, fuck you, no. Go away. And yeah. Yeah, because Ram is, like, evil, but, like, he's not, like, ableist or, like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like there's being evil and, like, being an awful person, and then, like, being a bigot and an awful person. You know? Yeah. I really love my Warriors OCs. Like, I spent a long ass time developing them and like all of their clan life and structures and all that, and then Wattpad was like, actually, fuck you, and I was like, oh, okay. I could put it on AO3, but I've kind of been scared to check AO3 ever since I stopped working on Bittersweet. Which, like, I've been meaning to return to, but also, like, I'm kind of disconnected with My Hero Academia lately after people harassed me on Twitter for saying that I didn't really like Horikoshi as a person. That's okay. I'm pretty sure my drawing is lagging behind, but I don't think my voice is, which is interesting. So I think, like, you're hearing this at the time that I'm saying it, but if I say anything about, like, my drawing, it'll take a few minutes for it to load properly for you guys. Which is an interesting development. Look at how much, like, this isn't an improvement, just already. These aren't even that far apart. Anyways. I just don't draw feral animals that often, so, like, I didn't mean for this to become a redraw, but I guess it's a redraw now. Feral animals just don't, like, with the exception of things like warrior stuff, I just don't really vibe with them that much. Which is why all my warriors OCs, like, are really out of the box and not, like, natural cat colors, because I think that's boring and stupid. Like, Eve Pa's design is so Mary Sue, and I don't even care. I love them. I want to look more. I'm not really sure how to achieve that. I'm gonna go back to the other one. He just kind of looks mildly annoyed, which I guess is fine. Oh well. I think it's maybe the nose placement? Whatever. Yeah, I literally sorry, I just read the live chat. I literally deleted my Twitter. Literally deleted my Twitter after that. Because I was like, bye. Because like, at that point, like, most of my mutuals and, like, a lot of my following at that point were because of my Hero Academia content and my, fan art that I was doing. And so to have, like, a bunch of people from the same fandom, like, say a bunch of really awful things to me and, like, quote retweet me and private quote retweet me, and just in general, like, being really fucking awful and really stupid because I said that I didn't like the way Horikoshi treated women in his writing and, like, the way he acted towards, like, like teenage girls in the series or whatever. Which, like, I am totally valid in making criticisms, like, even if it weren't a valid criticism, like, even if it weren't true that he was weird, like, you're allowed to dislike the content creator for whatever reason, and you're allowed to, like, post criticism about that, but, like, people were really mad at me, and, it kind of scared me, because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get like, canceled for this. Which I know that's, like, a stupid fear, but I genuinely thought that somebody was, like, that, like, I was gonna lose my following, since all of my shit was My Hero Academia. So I just deleted my Twitter. I might go back to it, but honestly, I've been having a lot more fun on Instagram. It feels a lot more stressful, and I feel like the followers stay, even if I don't post, like, what they originally followed me for. Which is really nice. It's a completely different feel from Twitter. Like, I just, the way Horikoshi treats women sometimes is, especially, like, his female heroes, like, sometimes the fight scenes with them just come off as, like, torture porny, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. But, yeah, no, I said that, I didn't like the way Horikoshi wrote women, and people were like, how dare you? Even though the dude compared himself to Mineta. It's, Instagram is all about tags. Like, using the tagging system, like, instantly gets me, like, double the likes I would if I wasn't using it. Especially for fan art. I don't tag my original work, which I should, but I always just feel embarrassed about it for some reason. Because I feel like people, like, strangers don't really follow me or care about, like, my characters, I think. So I just don't tag them. But, yeah, Instagram is all about the tags. It's kind of like DeviantArt, where people don't really see your art unless you, like, use a shit ton of hashtags on it. That's the only thing I can compare it to, honestly. Because it's not even like Toy House or DeviantArt in the sense that, like, there's a recently added, like, feature. There's none of that. Like, you only really find posts through tags and searching. So, another thing I'd say is fan art is really big on Instagram. So, like, starting off with some fan art is a good call. And also, like, I think shout out or, whatever. Yeah. Hello! Oh, I have 5 watchers. Hi. I'm drawing a cat. His name is Driftstar, and he was color picked from an image of a barn owl, and I think that's very sexy of me. In a non-sexual way. I just like saying the word sexy, because I think it's funny. Like, this cat fucks, right? This cat design is really good. And I just, like, this feels like something that would be in the Warrior Cats universe. When people make, like, boring tabbies, I'm just like, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you shoot yourself in the leg like that? When you clearly could have an owl-based cat character. Hello. These cats literally have ghost ancestors and like prophecies and like walk around and fight each other. I promise you, no one is gonna care if your cat designs don't look natural. I think it looks better without the one tuck like over here. I feel like that was a bit yes, I love Peach Petal. They're so cute. Yeah, no, the Aaron's designs aren't natural. I remember when, gonna sound like old OG, Warriors fandom here, but I remember when people would do, like, forum posts on, like, different social medias and, like, the Warriors wiki and stuff, where they talk about, like, how cats, like, it was unrealistic to give your Warriors OCs blue eyes because most cats don't have blue eyes, and it's like, the Aarons don't even acknowledge that. Like, there are several cats in this series that have blue eyes that, yeah, you're right, probably shouldn't, but who cares? Or, like, when people were talking about how, you couldn't, like, make, like, cats with the term, like, moon in their name, even though that's not true, since there's, like, multiple characters in the universe that have that. I don't know. The Warriors fandom is so weird and, like, gatekeeping. It's gotten a lot better over time, but I feel like those early years were just, oof, just the worst. Yeah, look at this guy. The idea of, like, people dictating, like, how you make fan characters in general is just stupid. But especially for a children's book series about cats with organized society, government, and religion. Yeah, I like the trope of adding, like, stars to, like, characters' designs to signify that they're leaders. What I was not a fan of was when people took, uh, like, characters that had, like, bird names and added feathers behind their ears and things like that. That was bad. That was no likey. I'm really, really, really glad that, like, people are doing different things now, or at least, like, I've seen more people come to, like, talk about how, yeah, like, or you literally could put the feathers anywhere else. Do you know how cool it would, like, be to have, like, Jay Feather with, like, multiple, like, Jay's feathers, like, in his tail? Like, he's a slim-furred cat, but, like, his tail is fluffy and has feathers in it. That would be cool. But no, they're just like, I don't know. That's another thing I wanted to erase with my, fan fiction was, for example, I wasn't gonna use the term medicine cat. I was gonna use the term medic because there's no reason for it to sound like medicine man. Like, that doesn't really make sense. And if these cats are familiar with terms like medicine, they could definitely say medic, you know? So, yeah. In general, the Warrior series is just, like, really problematic with its ableism and the fact that it's, like, basically what a bunch of British white women, like, heard about indigenous tribes in the US and were like, well, let's put that in a cat series book. I like Warriors a lot, but there's definitely, like, a lot to fix. And I'm still waiting for them to do Gay Cats. Because Wings of Fire is doing it now. So Warriors should definitely catch up in that regard. It is very, like, anti-indigenous. Yeah, no, the tribe, oh my god. I refuse to acknowledge that, like, half of what happened in Power 3 even happened. Or, not Power 3, oh, what the fuck was it called? The second arc was so stupid. What was it called? The Journey? Forgot what it's called. It's fucking stupid. The New Prophecy? Is that what it was? Although the tribe does show up in Power 3 as well. My least favorite thing about the Warriors fandom, I think, is that, I think the feather thing, like feathers behind the ear, was brought up several times by, like, indigenous fans, like, over the years. Because I know that it wasn't until recently that the fan base was like, oh yeah, we should probably, like, listen to that. Which is a little frustrating to me because I know I've, like, seen complaints about it before. And yeah. There's also, series like Gahul and, uh, Wolves of the Beyond and stuff by, like, different authors that have good disabled rep. I just feel like in general, a lot of the things in, um, Warriors is handled so poorly. And sometimes it's hard to tell, like, if that's intentional or if it's literally just because everything is so poorly planned out before, like, the writing process begins with Warriors that, like, they just, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, Driftstar, my beloved. I don't know why, but the idea of, like, some guy just trying to assume the role of, like, someone scary just yeah. Yeah. What happened with Malto's cat? I don't know. I don't think I know who that is, but, like, ooh, give me the deets. Wahaba. Wolves of the Beyond was so good. Actually, well, I shouldn't say that. I haven't read it since I was, like, 12. But, I remember thinking that it was so good. And it's by the same author as, Guardians of Gahul, which I have reread recently, and it still holds up pretty well. But yeah. Actually, uh, the Guardians series gets way more dark when you reread it, when you know the context, that the author was alive during, World War II, and that the Pure Ones, like Owl Army, is, like a direct, reference to, like, Nazi Germany and, like, the shit that the author had grown up with. Which is why, it was such a shame to me, really, like, how they handled the Pure Ones in the film adaptation. Oh. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not subbed to them, because I'm subbed to a lot of, like, I'll just go and look for random Warriors AMVs and stuff sometimes. And, I only know, like, a few of them by name. Okay, thankfully I'm not. But I do recommend, or do recognize their, icon. So, like, I think I have seen some of their stuff before. Well, that's like the fucking Drakenator situation where people were like, "Oh, but they didn't know." Like, no, what do you mean? You don't just do something like that and, like, I don't know. The Warriors fandom is so weird. Like, I feel like in some ways it's mellowed out so much, but, like, in other ways it's just gotten way worse. That's like the Tennille Flowers situation as well. I was really devastated after that one, actually. I was like, no talk me, I angry. That one was really upsetting. Especially since their response was basically just like deny it as though they weren't, like, already sharing, like, pro ship things. Avoid odor alerts as well. Odor alerts. I don't recognize these usernames, which I guess is a good thing. But let me just make sure. Yeah, I know that, oop, sorry, accidentally clicked on their channel. Yeah, I have seen their videos before, am not subscribed, so that's good. I just don't understand, like, what possesses somebody to make not safe for work of, like, literal feral animals. Like, why? This is, like, I don't know. The internet is so weird. It gives me brain rot. Makes me feel like I'm going crazy. God. If, like, me in 2009 knew that, like, Warriors animators in 2021 would be outed for things like this, I think I would have stopped reading the books, like, then and there. Or would have just been like, what? I don't that literally doesn't make sense to me because I'm a kid, and I don't understand concepts like that, but. Genuinely, who, like, sorry, I'm just making myself mad now. All I can say is if anything happens to Moon Kitty, I will literally stop indulging in Warriors content forever. That's fair. I really liked Warriors when I was, younger, but, and, like, as I've gotten older, I still enjoy them, but I kind of enjoy them while also being extremely critical of them, because I think that a lot of the things and themes that they present to kids are just not good for a lot of reasons. And so, yeah, it just feels, I don't know. I feel like over the years, I have less and less appreciation for warriors cats as I do for the community, but even then, like, that's diminishing really fast, so. Ooh, nice. I love Moon Kitty. I feel like out of the big, like the bigger channels, aside from maybe like Akira, bless her soul, uh, like, Moon Kitty is like the most, I think like the most unlikely to be problematic, knock on wood, because she makes so many videos about like the bad things in warrior cats and like what she wants to see change, which I guess that isn't like any indication of, you know, like who she is outside of YouTube, but I just feel like it would be weird for someone who complains about, you know, gaslighting being overlooked in warrior cats to be a gaslighter. Yeah, no, seriously. Also, the fact that she's been in the fandom since the dawn of time. Just feel like she's been through it. Look at this man's eyebrows. Hello. Why did I make them so big? Also, I really like the way that Moon Kitty um, handled the Tennille situation, because I feel like her being just open, just being like, no, I'm not a pro shipper, I don't think that's okay, was really like, I don't know, really relieving. Especially since it seems like Moon Kitty generally avoids like talking about internal conflict in the community unless it has to do with like stupid shit like that Wing's eye color, but yeah. That was just, it was a very nice, like, okay. You're alright. Oh, how did that happen? Well, ooh, that's not what I wanted. Ah, I did it again. The W's eyes thing, like, still cracks me up. Honestly, good for the Warriors Cats Wiki to, like, kick that mod off. Although I will say it was probably long overdue. Genuinely, who gets pissed off about, like, a cat's eye color? Unless you're in the Warriors Cats fandom, obviously. Obviously. Okay, so there's one thing done. I feel like I'm okay enough to try and tackle Stew now. I'll consider Driftstar my, Oh, the Dumpling Eyes thing? Oh boy. I feel like I should just link you the Moon Kitty video in order to have that one be explained, because she just does it so well. I'll send that video to you in DMs if you remind me when I'm done. But, essentially, the Warriors authors have never been consistent about anything. Literally anything. And, one of those things happened to be a character's eye color, which went from being gold to blue to green, and they remained green for, like, the rest of the series so far. And, so, like, everybody was just like, okay, I guess her eyes are, like, green. Well, the Warriors, like, wiki mods were, like, having a fucking bitch fit about, like, Dovewing's eye color, and, it was just a whole thing, and people were, like, memeing the hell out of it, and the, like, Warriors wiki was, like, blocking people, like, on Twitter and stuff over a character's eye color. It was just absolutely ridiculous. But yeah. And people were like, actually, Dovewing has no eyes. Or, like, her eyes are actually rainbow. Like, just to make fun of how stupid it was. I'm so bad at drawing hoods, but I want to do this character justice. Maybe I just need to, like, stylize it in my art style a bit. God damn. Yeah, the wiki's getting better because it's under like new management after the Dovewing Eye thing. And after Moon Kitty published a very, very good video about why the Warriors wiki like really sucks, which I think is the same one where it talks about Dovewing's eyes. And so they've been like making a lot of really great changes to it, which have been like needed to be done for years. I don't know why this character is kicking my ass so bad. Stu is literally saying like, "Don't perceive me, Max. You cannot draw me because I am imperceivable." I literally just want to draw this dude. Let me draw you. Stu. Stu, my dude. Please. I named them Stu after Stu from Scream. Also, not to be cringe Nene, but after I rewatched the original Scream this like last week, I've been thinking really, really hard about a Scream AU, but the only real like changes I make are that it's based in like 2009, and so like all the characters are like teenagers in 2009, like with their cliques and like their webcore and scenecore and shit. I just think it would be really, really cool. My stewed. And I think it would be like it would fit really well with the fact that like Scream has always been like kind of I don't know, like a film like made about and kind of for teenagers, you know? I just feel like it would be cool to have an AU like that, but I don't know if I'll ever actually get around to like making it. I just like making everything I can edgy, stupid. Like, am I just an idiot, or does 2009 Scream sound like it'd be awesome? Like, look me in the eyes and tell me that Sydney wouldn't wear, like, those god awful, like, skirts with, like, jeans. Like a skirt over top jeans, you know? I was also thinking about making, like in the AU, making Sydney a lesbian. Because she just, yeah, she is. I don't think I need to explain myself there. I'm just simply correct. This design is so cute. Like, it's like a ridiculous level of cute. Like, in like the best way. I just feel like I'm never, like, gonna be able to capture it. You know? I feel like once I figure out how to draw the hat, it'll be a little better for me. The original Scream lives in my head rent-free forever. Well, I mean, especially since Kit is there, but you know, whatever. Not what I meant, but you. This like live chat just suddenly got super quiet. Oh duh, I'm a fucking idiot, because we only have 2 people here now. It probably makes sense. I don't know what kind of idiot is running this stream, not even keeping track of whoever is watching, but Now I'm just thinking about screaming you. As I should. As is my right. Hello. I really hope I'm doing this character justice. Sorry that I'm not talking right now. I'm like very focused because I'm like, I love this design. I need to make it look good. I'm so glad because I love them a lot. They're so cute. I feel like I'm gonna accidentally summon kids, but honestly, worth it. I love the hat so much. Even though like I have been struggling to put it in my art style, I'm just like, this is the most fucking thing ever. It's so cute. I want to see more of Ghostface in little hats. Make it happen, movie directors. Chop chop. Uh, BT dubs, you guys like the royalty free lo-fi I put on? Because I don't know if YouTube does copyrights for live streams, but I bet they would. I don't want to take that chance. Thank you, Bruce. Very cool. It's so funny to me because, like, I've seen people, like, do, like, piracy live streams before where they do, like, a TV show, but, like, they live stream it so that, like, people can watch it, you know? But I've never seen those, like, taken down. I don't know, YouTube's so fucking... But it's a thing that it exists. The only good thing about YouTube is Marco Plower proved me wrong. And Moon Kitty, I guess. Because we were on the topic of Moon Kitty earlier. I don't know why I draw hands so big, but I hope I never stop. Yes, so true. I need to make Stu a Billy character to match. Or will simply have a collection of Ghostface inspired OCs. I have baby hands also. Don't worry. I've met third graders with hands bigger than mine. Take that however you want. Honestly, that's fair of you, though. I don't feel like that's like a negative trait or anything. That's just like, yeah, okay. I'll tell you what is a negative trait though. When I was a kid, and I don't mean like a little kid, I mean like I was like, I did this up until I was like 10 years old, okay? Which like, that's still pretty little, but, um, I used to insist on using baby gummy spoons. If you guys know what I'm talking about, like the little like the ones that are like gummy, you know, like for babies who are teething so that they can chew on the spoon. I used to insist on using those, but only for yogurt, like yogurt and like cereal, and that was it. Like, I could not eat those things unless I was, like, using a baby gummy spoon. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it was, honestly, it was probably me and my family not realizing I'm neurodivergent and that I have issues with like texture and stuff of food. I was just like, I literally cannot eat yogurt with a normal fucking spoon. I will die. Hee hee. I love this character so much. Ugh. He literally Matthew Lillard is a god for his role as Stu and Shaggy. Dude fucking played Stu from Scream and Shaggy from Scooby Doo. Legendary. Literally too powerful to be a mortal man. Wow. I can't do an Owen Wilson impression, but imagine an like Owen Wilson, like, I don't know, finding out about your Lightning McQueen plate and being like, wow, great job, Bruce. Sorry. Ignore me, please. Wow. That guy's so funny. Like, unintentionally. But, like, he's so funny. Yes. So true. I am Mater. What is that? You can't just say that. No, you are the little alien car thing from Cars. Yeah. I don't remember the lore behind that character, but the fact that it exists at all is, like, I don't know. Insanity. Literally, it is insane to me that Cars is an actual Pixar movie that exists. Not only that, but it has sequels! And they're Pixar movies. It baffles me. It's insane. Same studio that made WALL-E. I'd be like, okay, if they were DreamWorks movies. Like, I'd be like, whatever. But they're not. They're Pixar films. Madness. I am insane. I am mental. I am sick in the head. Didn't it turn out that the objects I've shoved up my arse, isn't that guy like super homophobic or something? Ciao. Cars enjoyers do not interact. Can you imagine if people made Cars sonas? Okay, actually, if Cars had came out this year instead of Luca, people would have made Cars sonas. I bet you fucking anything. Anything. People would have been like, ooh woo, Lightning McQueen, my trans baby. My little meow meow. What's the villain car's name? Oh my god. The one who goes Kuchiga. What's that guy's name? Chuck? 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 I really fucking hate Simon Cowell. What's his name? I keep wanting to say Chuck Norris, but that's not correct. The one who, like, Chick Hicks! That I saw a TikTok once that was, like, animated characters that, like, aren't explicitly stated as being homophobic, but are definitely homophobic, and he was number one. And, yeah. Yeah. They were talking about, like, how Chick would be like, he wants the gay cars to burn in hell. In car hell. God. That Chick... Is Chick Hicks Dill? Excuse me, a kill? That car... I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Is Chick Hicks gay and homophobic? No, Bobby, no. You don't let him? His bumper is like a car mustache. Oh my god. I have a funny Cars story about my little brother. Would you guys like to hear it? When my brother, uh, oh, I was talking about how you can't just say I am Nader and then leave. Also, so my brother, when, uh, I think it was like his fourth birthday. It was like his third or fourth birthday. Like he was very little. We got him like a Cars themed birthday cake and some like Cars themed toys. And he had like Lightning McQueen and Chick Hicks and whatever the blue one's name is. Not like the Radiator Springs Doc, but like the blue racing one, whatever his fucking name is, the King or whatever. Um, and we had all like left the kitchen area to like go set up like the party stuff for like all of his little kid friends being there. And in like the few minutes that like all of the older people left the kitchen, he put the blue car and Chick Hicks in my grandma's microwave in the kitchen, and they were like plastic toys with metal parts to like for like the wheels and stuff, and uh, surprisingly the microwave didn't like implode or anything, but the car toys lit on fire, and the plastic melted to the microwave plate, and so there was like there were like these melted Pixar car faces like stuck to this microwave plate by the time we pulled them out of the microwave, because he put them in there for like 5 minutes or some. It was like something crazy like that. And we got back and we were like, why does it smell like burnt plastic and smoke? And yeah, anyways, the image of like Chick Hicks literally melting off his face, melting off of his car body, uh, has lived rent free in my mind since I was a kid. And the blue one, I forget the blue one's name. He doesn't fucking matter though. The blue one melted worse, but Chick Hicks was also melted. My brother has no recollection of this though. He was a stupid fucking little kid. He genuinely was just like, I'm gonna burn these cars. It's not a good movie. I revisited it thinking like, oh, maybe people are just like, like unfairly, like mean to this movie because of Cars, 3 or 2. Whatever one was really bad. Probably both of them. And then I rewatched it and I was like, no, this is actually not good. It's just bad. It's a bad film. Especially by Pixar standards. Like, it feels like it would be like, if it had been made by like DreamWorks or like Illumination even, it would be considered like a decent animated film for those studios. But because it came out as a Pixar creation, it just feels like an extra like slap to the nuts. It's basically like it feels like getting punched in the dick repeatedly for an hour and 30 minutes, pretty much. That's what watching Cars is like. Cars, but with minions in it. God. Let's be real here. That's basically what Mater is. He's like a southern minion. I hate this. I hate that you are correct. If watching Cars is like getting punched in the dick for like an hour and 30 minutes, the watching anything with the minions, even like a commercial, like a 2 minute long commercial, is like getting run over by a car, but the first thing the tires hit is your groin. Is what watching the minions is like. If it was a Chick Hicks car, of course. Of course. If Chick Hicks were to run over your groin, that's what watching the minions is like. This Despicable Me was good. No, Despicable Me was good. I don't mind the Despicable Me films as much as I mind literally everything else. I do have a little bit of a beef with Despicable Me, simply for the fact that people preferred it over Megamind when it came out, which is like fucking insane. Like, audience must have just been stupid at the time. But yeah. That's not necessarily like Despicable Me's fault, but still. I will blame them. Especially because if that film didn't exist, then Megamind would be known as like the Minion movie, which is what I'd prefer. Bruce, do you kin Vector? Remember when I like kin assigned you Flint Lockwood and I was pretty much correct? That was before we were even together, wasn't it? The girl who hates minions. I don't think I know who that is. Every time I think of the minions, I just imagine myself uh beating all of them to death with a blunt object. Drop the kin list, Bruce. Prove us wrong. I'm kin assigning myself Chick Hicks because I would call you the absolute. Oh, Chick Hicks, my little meow meow. One time my brother tried to sit me down and explain the Minion lore to me, like, in an ironic way. And it was really funny. Lucy, I have a question. Is Stu in a little mask, or is this just his face? Or does it matter? Like, did you not, like, design it with that in mind? I don't care either way, I'm just, like, curious how you, like, went about with, like, his face. Okay, okay. I haven't decided what I want. Honestly, I think it'd be funny if people thought they were a masked killer, and then you take the mask off of them, and they're just like, and you try to take the mask off them, but their face is just, it just, that's how it be. I'm gonna do some harsh red shading for this. Speaking of masks of faces, I think I can Bubba from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. No, I think you already told me, and yes, you are allowed to admit that Chop Chop is literally like, let's be like real. Objectively, the second Texas Chainsaw Massacre is just a bad film. He's literally the only good part, and it feels like his actor like kind of knew that the film wasn't that great and was just like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna be batshit crazy then. Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, especially like the original one, is really spooky to me. The remake was actually like hot take. I actually enjoyed the remake quite a bit because it was before the trend of like really bad remakes of original like horror things. Like it was kind of like the first one. Well, not the first one, but the first one for like the classic slashers. Um, and then like everything after that has just been kind of garbage. But I did like the remake. I thought it was like a little bit grungier and like I don't know, like grittier. But and in my opinion, like it took itself a little too seriously. But the original was just so spooky. Yeah, I do like how each installment of Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of like does something different with each of the stories, even if it or with like the characters and like the Sawyer family. But even if they didn't do anything like different with it, or not even if they didn't do anything different with it, like even if it's not good, like the changes that they make aren't good, I still like it's something I can appreciate. It's like why, yeah, that was um that's like why Chucky is one of my favorite horror movie like series because unlike with Saw, where like I mean the story of Chucky is super convoluted too, but unlike with Saw, where you're basically like watching a horror soap opera, or like with uh the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where it's just like so many creative leads have taken over and left and taken over and left to where like every installment feels very different from the last one. With Chucky, it's all got like the same vibes because it's always the same creative team and actors that have been working on it since the beginning, including Chucky himself, which is insane. Uh, like that he's still being played and voiced by like the original dude. Um, and even when the movies are bad, like Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky were just bad. They were just bad. They still gave us like phenomenally good things, like Jennifer Tilly being introduced to the series. Um, the fact that not only like trans themes, but non-binary themes specifically were being explored in Chucky in like the early 2000s is insane. Along with like before that having like canonical gay characters and stuff because the directors of the movie series is gay, so he thinks it's important to like add LGBT things into his work because he knows that like we're underrepresented in horror and stuff. So I don't know, mini Chucky rant, but Chucky is so good. Even when the films are really awful, there's just like something to like about them. I will forever enjoy Glenn as a character because he uh, was just written really well as a non-binary character, even if the movie he was in sucked. What if we kissed at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre blood wall? Do you have that image of Chop Top where he's just like standing there with a drink still, because that, when you showed me that, I lost my shit. It is so funny. And, like, it has no business being as funny as it is. Clean chop top. Yeah. It's so funny. Music. God, I love Chop Top. Literally, like, other than, like, how, like, Bubba was expanded upon to be less of, like, just bloodthirsty and more of, like, born into this family and not really having a choice. Chop Top is literally the greatest thing to ever come out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Prove me wrong. I'll be waiting at my little change my mind stand. Seriously though, now I'm thinking about the Glenn, like, coming out scene from Chucky, and God, it's just so good. It literally is just like, yeah, I think I am gender fluid. Like, he didn't say that, but he was like, yeah, sometimes I feel like this way, and other times I feel like this way. And Jennifer Tilly's like, well, I support you. It's just such a, it's a good scene. I feel like a lot of, like, people don't talk enough about how, good the Chucky series is. Also, with the new films, having a, disabled protagonist in a horror film that isn't, like, hindered by her disability. Like, it's a part of her character, but it's not, like, she's fucking badass. And, yeah, I just, I have so much respect for the Chucky series. I love it so much. It's to the point where it's less about, like, the movies themselves and just more about, like, what they represent. Yeah, no, that's, like, it's a common thing, and especially in, like, classic horror, to just be, like, super ableist or super, like, casually homophobic, and I don't know. I think the fact that Chucky isn't, and that, like, they were, like, one of the first, like, horror series ever to have, like, a canonically gay protagonist that wasn't, like, demonized for being a gay guy. It was just, you know, a lot of people don't talk about how much Chucky has done for the horror genre, and, like, for, you know, like, LGBT people in the horror genre, specifically. And all, like, I think there were, also, like, and I can't really think of any other, like, the only horror film I can think of off of the top of my head where there's a disabled protagonist who isn't, like demonized or, like, dealing with ableist situations is, I think it's called Hush. But even with that film, it's like her disability is, like, limiting her chance of survival. Which, you know, I mean, in some ways, you know, a little bit realistic when it comes to dealing with killers and stuff, but it just feels, like, mean-spirited. Whereas with Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky, she just is in a wheelchair. And, like, that's about it. Like, they don't really acknowledge it or anything aside from, you know, sometimes she has to be like, do things, like, with the wheelchair that help her, like, fight off Chucky. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. The way horror treats marginalized groups is very, like, even today, just kind of, I think, a result of what people have stereotyped as being scary for a long time. Being the other was terrifying back in the day. And it still, unfortunately, is relevant in the horror genre, which is sad. The first Chucky is, like, I won't, like, it's not the best film ever. It's not even, like, the best, like, slasher ever. It's not even, in my opinion, the best Chucky. But it's a very good watch. Especially when you watch it with the knowledge that, I forget the name of the child actor, but the kid who plays Andy, was very tastefully kept in the loop about the Chucky doll. So, like, all of his reactions are very, like, they're not genuine fear. Like, it wasn't, like, what a lot of horror movies were doing at the time, where they would, like, traumatize their kid actors, which is very nice. And it's also very nice to watch Chucky, just knowing that it was a very different approach to horror than a lot of films were doing at the time. And it's not, like, super scary anymore, but it is, like, just a good watch. It's just fun. It's exactly what you think a film about a killer doll would be like. The special effects in that movie are also very, very good. Because they never, like, they don't do, like, cheap things with the doll. Like, the animatronics and stuff they use for the Chucky doll are very impressive, especially for the time and the budget. But, yeah. Anyways, the second Chucky, I actually would say, out of, like, the original, like, movies before the 2000s, is the best one. The second Chucky is very, very good. I can't remember which one has the gay protagonist, because it was one of the ones that was just kind of eh. Oh, what was that one? I can't think of it. I know way too much about the Chucky series. I can Glenn unironically, even though this is how bad Seed of Chucky is. Even though it's a character trait of Glenn that he, like, pisses himself all the time because he's a scared little baby who can't handle that his parents, like, kill people, so he just, like, pees all the time. I am not making, like, that is a legitimate character trait. But I do kin that guy. Yeah, no, literally. That movie is awful. But you know what? I love it anyways. Especially because Jennifer Tilly. I love Jennifer Tilly so much. Also she's canonically bi. Like I said, Chucky, like, did, like, a shit ton of shit for, like, LGBT representation in horror, but I never see anybody talk about it. Anyways, I think I'm almost done with this. Ooh. No, I wish I was joking about the Glenn thing. I'm dead serious. Seed of Chucky is when Don Mancini, the director, who's been like with the series for forever, was like, "What if we went full parody?" And it was just bad. It was not very good. But like I said, can a non-binary character who openly talks about being gender fluid, though. He may be a piss baby, but he a non-binary piss baby if I ever saw one. I forgive him for his peak crimes. Bruce, if you ever want to watch the original Chucky together, we can. I think I've told the story about how that movie, when I was little, gave me a fear of zombies that I still have. Even though it's not a zombie movie at all, but yeah. Mm, not what I wanted. Maybe it's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think this is bad. So I got these drawings. Oh no, wait, it's not done. Oh, I forgot the spikes. How could I forget the spikes? Oh my god. It's the same color as this. I knew I was forgetting something. How homophobic of me. I'm so sorry. Good night. Also understandable. Chucky, like, as a doll is so scary. Like, I feel like they designed him really well. He be spooky. Kind of reminds me of, like, a, more plastic, like, Raggedy Ann. But in, like, the worst way. There we go. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream. It's getting a bit late for me too. So thank you for watching. Let me do a quick little. Okay, let me turn off my mic.